I've never, I never heard a man referring to his 50-year-old son as my baby. Women do. No matter how old the child gets, he or she is still her baby. No, I'm not throwing a shade. I'm picking a fact. Why is that so? Why is that so? Well, it has to do with the birthing process. I will never know what it feels like to carry a child for 1 month, 2 months, let alone 9 months. I'll never know that. So I can't judge, and I won't judge. I'm just making a fact. So it's a birthing process. So the woman has a child. Now, if something should happen to the child, even as an adult, the father would be upset too. The mother would be upset, the father would be upset. But the upset that the mother feels would be nothing close to what the man experienced. Because we experience the child after birth. We bond with the children after they're born, not before. So when they're born, we start doing things with them and they become little people and we start to feel their oars. Fathers. Of course, you know that before anyway. No. So it's important that when a woman talks about her child, and some of us men, we get a little testy when the woman insists on saying, my child. Because we're saying to ourselves, well, it's our child. So why are you excluding me out of that equation? No, you're not excluded. But in reality, if I wasn't there when the child was born, it would be her child. And it would be my child if I'm not there. But can you imagine what ownership is? Ownership, is that what it is? You have contact with the thing. Now, and they're doing that now. Now we're having before women used to have the babies at home or wherever they go by themselves. The father is not allowed into the into the operating room, and you wait until everything is done, and then they call you and say, "Oh, fine, you got a boy, you got a girl. You get a girl, you get a boy. Who gave you the girl? Who gave you the boy? The woman, her child." Does that mean I'm gonna give it away? She's gonna take it away from me? No, because yes, I'm part of that life. I'm part of it. I am part of the instrument that created that child. And so my responsibility is to that child. Not the mother, of course, but to the child. I have responsibilities to and for the child. Women don't necessarily love their children more than men. I don't know that to be true. Maybe I don't understand what love is, but I think men love their children just as well. But women have an advantage. They have an advantage. They were hanging out with this child much longer than you. And many of us, when we have friends, the friends we have longer, when we're younger, we grew up with, we tend to have a stronger bond than the ones we meet later in life. So the child spending all those formidable years, formidable years, of course it is, formatting years in the womb, the mother was in total control. Right? Nature is. But anything she does can affect the child. Anything the father does will affect the child through the mother, but not directly to the child. So the mother is always thinking about the child. For 9 months, all she thought about was this child. Well, for 9 months, the man could be thinking about the child too. But it's not the same. We're not comparing there. It's apples and orange. It's two different things. Two different experience. Now the woman does not know the man's experience. But I think the man's experience can be simulated on some level. But the woman's experience can only be recognized through direct involvement, and that means the mother. Think of it. Here is this cord they call umbilical cord. It's attached to the mother, and it stays attached for all those 9 months until the child is born. Then you reach down with the scissors and we cut the cord. Now they're no longer attached, two separate individuals. So we cut the cord. But that's just the cord that was cut. The physical separation was done. But the emotional piece remains and continues to work with both people. Because the child, I don't know much about children, babies, how much they know and remember, but their years in utero, I don't think it's just a blank thing. They were just sitting there with an empty slate. They were learning things. They were listening to their mother's heartbeat. They could hear their fathers too. I don't know about that, but definitely they can hear their mother's heartbeat. If the mother is under stress, the father might not even know. He might be too busy going to work. I'm busy watching TV. I'm busy going to the football game or the soccer game or whatever it is. He doesn't know. The child will know. And if the woman doesn't tell him that she's under stress, he won't necessarily know. He would like to think that, well, maybe you should pay more attention to her. But she can hide it. But you can't hide it from the child. The child will know. So, gentlemen, when you step up to support your children, remember their mothers. Remember their mothers. Because, truthfully, seriously, without her, without you, the child wouldn't have been created. Because both people need it. But if without her, you'd be useless also. So yes, we get together to have this child. So why, when the child is born, the mother has to take care of that child by herself? Fathers, you can't do that. Step up, man. Step up. Now, I know maybe sometimes there's a question if it's yours. I won't get into that water because that's too deep for me. I have no such experience. Personally or otherwise. But you can make a decision. You have to make a decision to take care of the child. I've seen instances whereby the gentleman, the child was never his. He took care of that child all your life. And what happened? The bond the bonding takes place. And the original owner, whoever he may be, wherever he may be, is out of the picture. And this child knows that this man is my dad. I'm having a naughty day. Pistachio, they call it. So I'm having a pistachio day. Sound like I'm cursing, right? Not cursing, not swearing. Just doing what I have to do. So, cut the woman some slack. Give her all the support she needs. These nuts, one by one. I love to eat pistachio nuts. One reason why I like them, because I can eat them one at a time. And the experience lasts longer. So one at a time. I do that with my ice cream too. I like my ice cream. What I used to do, what I do is I put it in the refrigerator, in the freezer, I get it frozen. I took out the amount that I need first. Put it in a little container, put it in the freezer, and let it freeze hard as possible. And I sit down. I take 10-15 minutes taking one tiny dip at a time and then it's completed. So take care of your kids one bit at a time. That's all we can do, because every journey in this world, in this life, begins with one step. So that step will be 1 bit. The next step will be 2 bits, 3 bits. And before you know it, you have a full-blown marathon here. You're moving. Take care of your kids. And when the mother calls him baby, don't get upset. If she calls you baby, you won't get upset either. So, you're judging her. Don't judge her. She has a right to call him the baby. And in a sense, it's your baby too. No matter how old you get. I remember I had a friend, co-worker actually, and she was always talking about her son. Little, what's his name? What do you call him? I don't know, Polly, something like that. Like a Johnny, like a Polly. She's always talking about him. And then one day, he shows up. He was older than me. But to her, he's still a child. Love doesn't dwindle, doesn't fade. It goes on forever. I am your thought guide. Please remember, your journey starts now. The future begins now. Thank you.